Championship with two teams that are very familiar with this spot. The 8-seeded Clemson Tigers against the 4-seeded Wake Forest Demon Deacons, the national champions of last year, of course, the Clemson Tigers. In this matchup, it's a top 20 clash nationally. Here's how they got here. Take a look at the bracket. Both Clemson and Wake. Clemson upset Duke, the #1 seed, on the road in their last outing. Wake Forest took care of Virginia. It's Bryce Stadium. Between these two rivals that are hitting their peak at the right time. As you mentioned, Clemson, the first time all season, they're having back-to-back consistent starting 11s. They're pretty much as healthy as they've been all year. Hamidi Diop, #5, second-team all ACC for the second straight year, carrying a little bit of an injury. Carmen Serbio in the middle as the official, and we are underway.
Let Diop have a go, man.
Here comes Diop, blasts it low, tried to go under the wall, didn't work. Parrish off the volley, deflected again. Wall does its job not once but twice. Clip back into the mixer. Waller forces a turnover. Bobby Muse told us in transition, this Clemson team can be great. And that's great too! Brandon Parrish! Back-to-back games, an absolute moment of brilliance again! The junior from Nashville gives Clemson the 1-0 lead early.
Unreal. Absolute masterclass here from Brandon Parrish, but it starts with the press. It's a little bit different than what we've seen, and they've changed again. The front three usually rotate in unison. Usman Silik comes underneath. There's a gap. Wake tries to play through it, almost stubbornly. But the pressure coming up from the rear. Great job here.
But as Devin pointed out, that was not a goal-scoring op. This may be Parrish back post. Wolf headed down. Alfin there. Not free, though.
A little bit more on this if you're Derek Wolof. Wide open on the back post, and he's screened a little bit. That's why he doesn't get as much momentum on this ball as he'd like. The jump right in front of him.
Sega turned, no, leaves it for Reed. Reed feinted at a shot, but then pulled it back. Parrish, the goal scorer, pings it in back post, looking for Say, and just over Alfin's head. The Tigers continue to look the more dangerous squad. Ball clipped in, headed along. Oh, Alfin! That became a meal. Joey Skinner, the left back, got forward and got his head on it because he didn't like the run. I can relate to that. Isaiah Reed, back post ball, falls to Derek Wolof. 2-0! The same goal scorers from the quarterfinal against Duke do it again, this time inverted.
Have the capability of being leaders. Wolof was one of those guys. Now usually it's the 50-50 tackles. It's verbal, it's holding shape. But recently it is top class strikes because this thing is nothing less than that, deflection or not. They'll find their way. The hope for Bobby Muse is that with just inside 26 minutes to go, you can do it, because right now it's just a little bit lethargic, but this is better ball movement past 2 times up.
Shot, low liner, pulled wide.
One of my favorite stats that I've seen about the roster so far is that 8 players on the roster that are headed to the World Cup.
Little 1-2, rolled Mitchell behind, but Ndama read it.
Parrish on it. Cooper Flax head up, looking for options. Clips in and over the top, and Ndama off his line. Holds it in, stands strong, and lays out Niang. And Wake, though, every time they're in the box, they scored. That was the most goals Clemson has ever given up. In 1,091 games, they only gave up 6 goals 3 times. Roll Mitchell there. Can he get back on there? Oh, no!
And he scored all of his goals earlier this season. This is a challenge that is well put forth by Wake Forest. That little diagonal, it's a 5-yard ball that comes off. That's beautiful. Little step over. You got to hit the target here, though. The one-on-one matchups that you're going to experience in that game, that is exactly what ACC soccer is all about. Massive talent around the country on full display this Sunday.
These guys are rightfully hyped. You want to peak at the right time? They're doing it. 5 straight wins. They've outscored their opponents 13-2 in that time. Knock off Duke, the #1 seed. And the quarterfinals knock off Wake Forest, the #4 seed in the semifinals. They will go to their 10th ACC final.